Imagine a nation with more than 1.4 billion people, thousands of cities, millions of businesses, and one of the fastest-growing economies in the world. Every morning, farmers begin harvesting crops, factory workers start production lines, software engineers develop new technologies, and entrepreneurs launch new businesses. Together, these activities create what we call the Indian economy. Today, India stands as one of the world's largest economies and is expected to play a major role in shaping the future of global growth. But how exactly does the Indian economy work, and why are investors, governments, and businesses around the world paying so much attention to it? To understand India's economy, we first need to understand what an economy actually is. An economy is the system through which goods and services are produced, sold, and consumed. Every time a person buys groceries, pays rent, works a job, starts a company, or invests money, they contribute to economic activity. India's economy is powered by a combination of agriculture, manufacturing, services, technology, trade, and consumer spending. These sectors work together to generate income, create jobs, and improve living standards for millions of people. Agriculture has always been the foundation of India's economy. For centuries, farming supported the majority of the population and continues to provide employment to millions today. India is one of the world's largest producers of rice, wheat, sugarcane, fruits, vegetables, and milk. Every year, Indian farmers produce enough food to feed hundreds of millions of people. Agriculture is not only important for food security, but also supports countless industries such as transportation, food processing, and retail. However, modern farming faces challenges including climate change, water shortages, rising costs, and unpredictable weather conditions. Despite these challenges, agriculture remains one of the most important pillars of the Indian economy. As India developed, manufacturing became another key driver of growth. Across the country, factories produce automobiles, electronics, pharmaceuticals, textiles, chemicals, and machinery. Manufacturing creates jobs, attracts investment, and helps increase exports. Government initiatives such as Make in India aim to encourage companies from around the world to manufacture products within India. As global businesses seek alternatives to traditional manufacturing centers, India has become an increasingly attractive destination because of its large workforce, growing infrastructure, and expanding domestic market. One of the most exciting parts of India's economic story is its technology sector. Over the past few decades, India has transformed itself into a global technology powerhouse. Cities such as Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Pune, and Gurgaon have become major centers for software development, innovation, and digital services. Indian technology companies provide services to businesses around the world, while global corporations continue investing heavily in India's tech talent. The rise of artificial intelligence, cloud computing, fintech, and digital payments has created new opportunities that were unimaginable just a generation ago. Technology has become one of the strongest symbols of India's economic transformation. Another important factor driving economic growth is India's young population. Every year, millions of young people enter the workforce, bringing energy, creativity, and ambition. This demographic advantage gives India something many developed nations lack: a growing labor force. If supported by education, skills training, and employment opportunities, this young population could become one of India's greatest economic strengths. Many economists believe that India's demographic advantage could fuel economic growth for decades to come. Consumer spending also plays a huge role in the Indian economy. As incomes rise, more people purchase smartphones, vehicles, appliances, homes, and other goods and services. A growing middle class means increased demand for products, entertainment, healthcare, travel, and financial services. Businesses pay close attention to these trends because consumer spending often drives economic expansion. When people feel confident about their financial future, they tend to spend more money, which supports businesses and creates additional jobs. India's financial system is another essential part of the economy. Banks, insurance companies, investment firms, and stock markets help move money throughout the economy. Businesses borrow funds to expand operations, entrepreneurs secure financing for startups, and individuals save and invest for the future. The growth of digital banking and mobile payment platforms has made financial services more accessible than ever before. Millions of people who previously lacked access to formal banking now participate in the financial system through smartphones and digital platforms. The Indian stock market has also become a major force in economic development. Millions of investors buy and sell shares in companies through stock exchanges. Investors participate in the growth of businesses, while companies gain access to capital needed for expansion. As financial literacy increases, more Indians are learning about investing and wealth creation. This shift is helping create a stronger culture of long-term financial planning and economic participation. India's startup ecosystem has emerged as one of the largest in the world. Entrepreneurs are launching businesses in sectors ranging from fintech and artificial intelligence to healthcare, education, and e-commerce. Some startups have grown into billion-dollar companies, attracting investors from across the globe. This entrepreneurial spirit demonstrates the country's ability to innovate and adapt to changing market conditions. New businesses create jobs, solve problems, and contribute to economic growth. Despite its progress, India still faces challenges. Infrastructure needs improvement in many areas. Income inequality remains a concern. Education and healthcare systems require continued investment. Environmental issues such as pollution and water management must also be addressed. Economic growth alone does not solve every problem, which is why policymakers continue working to create sustainable and inclusive development. Looking toward the future, many experts believe India could become one of the world's most influential economic powers. Advances in technology, infrastructure development, manufacturing growth, renewable energy investments, and digital innovation all point towards significant opportunities. While challenges remain, India's combination of population, talent, entrepreneurship, and economic ambition creates a unique foundation for long-term growth. The story of the Indian economy is ultimately a story of transformation. It is a story of a nation moving from an agriculture-dominated economy toward a diversified modern economy driven by technology, innovation, manufacturing, and entrepreneurship. It is a story that continues to evolve every day. And if current trends continue, the coming decades may represent the most important chapter in India's economic journey yet.